Hi, my name is Rohan Skaria, and today we'll be talking about marking your score in a choir rehearsal. Marking up your score thoroughly can really avoid a lot of mistakes and confusion in a rehearsal. So today we'll be looking at Geistliches Lied, the short choral work by Johannes Brahms. So the first thing you're going to want to do is highlight your voice part. Today we're looking at the tenor part. This is especially important to make sure that you're reading your own line. There's a lot going on this page, so this is a good way to make sure that you're keeping track throughout the whole song. If you're reading music that's 4-part the whole way through, then you may be able to keep track, but especially for music that splits into 8 parts halfway through or at another part in the song, it's going to be really helpful for you to have this marked. Step number 2 is writing in counts for notes and rests. This is to make sure that you're being precise when it comes to how long you hold a note or rest for. Here I've written in the counts for where the tenor doesn't come in for a while at the beginning of this Amen section. It's really easy to get lost here and not come in at exactly the right time if you're kind of just looking at it. It might also be helpful to write out, since you have multiple measures of rest, how many measures of rest you have to wait for. You're also going to want to write in all your measure numbers. I know that the first measure of each system is numbered here, but if your director asks you to open up to a specific part of the music, this is going to make it a lot easier. Part of this is also marking breaths and writing in when not to breathe during the piece. I've done this using NB, standing for no breath. Another important step that really pays off in a rehearsal is writing the next few notes so you don't mess up a difficult page turn. This is a really common problem, and writing out your next few notes gives you time to turn the page and is a really easy fix. Step number 4 is clarifying all the notes given to you in your score. If you're not familiar with these terms, it's important to write them out because they affect the way that the music is to be performed. Here we have the marking in our score to poco a poco diminuendo, meaning to gradually get softer. This step also applies in adhering to dynamic markings. Step number 5 is to mark dissonance or imitation between voices. In our first entrance, we see that we can get our note from the second beat of measure 9 in the soprano line. I had a hard time coming across dissonance here, but what you can do to mark dissonance between two voices is to put a lightning bolt symbol between the both of them. Step number 6 deals with text. It's either writing in IPA or the way a word should be pronounced. Step number 7 is phrasing or any other notes that you need to add to help you. The way I show what notes to stress is by putting a box around the stressed word or syllable. The majority of the time, the stressed beats lie on beat 1 and 3. After that, take the time to write in whatever you need to help you be successful. After all, this is your music and it really does have an impact on the outward performance that you display. Those were 7 tips on how to mark your score in a choir rehearsal. I hope you learned something and thank you for watching.